Hey guys, welcome back to Keep the Momentum. As you know, Keep the Momentum is a series that I started to talk about oneself and self exploration as well as purpose. And I have somebody very special with me today. He goes by the name of,
GooodFace.
yes,
You can call me Rudy.
Rudy. He does a lot of stuff here in the community, and I wanted to bring him to here today to explain to you what he's doing and what he wants to do. So if you could give them like a little backstory on everything that you have going on
Cool.
and what you want to do.
I'll keep it short as possible.
All right.
My name is Rudy. I'm 24 years old. I'm a Stockton, California native. I was born and raised in East Stockton. I went to Franklin High School, graduated class of 2012, and then went to University of Pacific and studied 4 years in communications and music management. And then from the years 2016 through now, 2019, I've developed an artist collective called InborNative, and it's for hip hop artists, dancers, singers, videographers, independent organizers all over the state of California. Its purpose is Black and Brown unification
Nice.
through civic engagement and arts and entertainment.
That's dope. I love it. I've actually seen it before. I went to like a poetry slam before,
Word.
and I seen somebody with it on, and I was like, "That's cool. I've seen that." And
was,
I seen
was it
you
the black
before.
shirt or the white shirt?
I think it was white.
Dope.
The white one. Yeah.
We got these rare white shirts that have the words in black.
Oh.
And like, punny enough, our first person that bought the white shirt was a white person. Yeah. We have white allies too. Don't get it twisted.
Right. You
Yeah,
gotta support the cause.
Yeah, because some shows they're like, Black and Brown, what about the white people? Like, yeah, we're hurting too, but
Yeah.
you know, we have white allies. So it's funny that you saw it at a poetry slam. Like,
Yeah.
That was super cool.
Yeah. I super poke.
Yeah, super fish.
Yeah. There you go.
Shout out Drex Lee.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
guy.
That's super cool though. So how did you start? Did you start with a group, or was it something that you thought of on your own?
A very long time ago in a space far, far away. I started off a music group, and then the music group kind of dissembled, and I wanted to work with somebody in the Bay Area. So I went to the Bay Area, and went to this thing called Bay Area Vibes Festival.
Okay.
I got to be a journalist and interview DJ Fresh. I got to see Nas. I got to interview the Marley Brothers,
Nice.
Skrillex, a bunch of other people. And then the next day, we went to... I'm sorry, the same night. I'm getting confused. The same night, we went to San Jose to a comedy club. And the person who took me to the festival took me to the comedy club. I fell asleep. I fell asleep in the comedy club.
Sounds like something I would do.
As I was walking outside, I'm sleepy. I'm like mumbling to myself. I see a rap circle, a cipher circle. I'm like, okay, let me jump in. You know, I'm a young rapper at the time. I wasn't really rapping. I was just producing
Yeah.
and engineering. I jumped in. I started freestyling, and this tall black guy with glasses just was busted. He was just moving. I was like, who is this guy, man? I don't know who this guy is. So, really long story short, I met him that day. The next day, we connected, and I didn't see him for another 2 years. When I saw him again in 2016, we recorded like 10 songs together in the summer of 2016. We made an album called The Landing, an urban hip-hop classic.
Nice. I like that.
And it wasn't even created yet.
Okay.
It was just an idea. The next year, 2017, we decided to brand ourselves, give ourselves a purpose, look, and then everything after that kind of fell in place. The design was made by Hood App. Later on that year, we got sponsored through all the local shows with like Channel Brewing, Superfish, and then it started becoming more official. And then in 2018, we decided to make business cards, make shirts. We barely made the Instagram this year.
Hey.
And the website last year, the website is focused on blog posts and putting our music up. So we put up the album on Spotify and iTunes, all independent, no signing of any label.
Nice.
And that's where it came from. It came from just a constant building. It wasn't like we're out here.
Yeah.
It was a creation of multiple people.
I feel like that's how things last, is by building rather than trying to, hurry up and get something out there super fast.
That's right.
And that's what I like about what you do too. Like I've been watching you since we met each other on Instagram, and I feel like everything you do is a cause and a purpose.
Thank you.
So what is that purpose that you're trying to have people see, or what do you want people to feel?
You're the master of your world. You are the master of your world through empathy, consciousness.
I love that.
This world as we know it was created as an expanding consciousness, which is essentially love. And so that's the goal.
Nice. I love it. Oh. Grandma.
It's okay.
So, it's okay. Okay.
We can do a cut.
So, I know.
Bloopers.
Right.
Thank you.
See what's going on over here. I hear something.
Real family stuff.
Yeah,
real
yeah,
family,
yeah.
real life.
This is a combo. So I also noticed though, with you saying that empathy, just your believers. I noticed when you came in, you had your fringes on, and I feel like a lot of people don't know about that. So like, what do you believe in?
Yeah.
What is it?
Thank you for asking that question. The fringes come from my belief of my culture, being a person of a child of God, a person of Israelite, and they come from historical belief of like the tzitzit, the holy fringes, which is in the Bible, Numbers 15:37 through 41. It explains to wear fringes with a blue ribbon as a reminder to follow the laws and the commandments that we have. So of course the Christian Bible. I grew up as a Catholic. And then I also studied the Quran and Muslims and have a lot of friends and picked that up. And then studied Buddhism my senior year of Pacific.
Nice.
And mixed them all together and just came to the conclusion that, again, I am the master of my own world. I make up my own laws and commandments. And those are consistently changing with my experiences, the consciousness that I receive from other individuals, from myself, and essentially from the world.
Nice.
I love that. I love that. That was very good.
The audience speaks.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's.
Thank you so much.
That is beautiful. Like, cause I almost I wanted to do a whole segment on like what people believe and like God and
That's
all
pretty
that.
much what this is.
Yeah.
When you said like your belief, that's what this is, you know.
Yeah.
So continue to do that, because I'm mind blown too, the fact that you decided to say this is what this podcast is focused on.
Yeah.
It's bold.
That's. I feel like I love interviewing people based on like their passions and their purposes, but I feel like there's one purpose while we're all here, and I kind of want to see how everybody expresses that in a different way. Wow. And so like just with you saying that, it's deep, because I feel like a lot of people are misconstrued with God and different things like that, and so for you to explain it in that way, it's deep. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning. I don't know it all. You know, my friend told me a very great parable about a 104-year-old woman. They asked her what was the advice that she can give to somebody, and she said, "I'm still a student."
Yes. No, for real, because I feel that way all the time. Like, I did a little radio interview the other day, and she asked me how I keep my momentum, and I was like, dang, I ask people this all the time.
Question.
Yeah, like I ask people all the time, but I don't know. Like I had to really sit and think about it, and I was like, I had to find like beauty in knowing that everything will not always be known, and I have to constantly learn. Like that's something. If you stop learning, there's no point in being here anymore.
Yeah.
You know? So what do you want to keep learning? What do you want to keep expanding on?
It's a good question. It's a
I'll
very
try
good
to
question.
get one in.
Based on my life experiences and the family which I was born into, and the city which I was born into, I would say the number one thing that I want to continue to learn is healing. I think that's important in the time period that we're living in right now, in the space in America. I think healing is something I never want to stop learning about, whether it be through music, cooking, dancing, constructive criticism, psychology, English, math. Everything has to do, for me, with healing.
For the black and brown boys out there, how do you suggest that they begin to heal? Since that's something that seems like, you kind of already know.
Yeah.
How do you suggest that they do that?
Embrace your experiences, even if they're painful, even if you had to sit in the darkness for a long time. Embrace your experiences, because from darkness comes light. Light is darkness is the absence of light. And that's a metaphorical sense of saying, if you've gone through crazy things in your life, or if you've gone through nothing and you understand that and you acknowledge that, follow that experience.
You deep over here. Hold on, wait a minute. This might be longer than I expected. No, but that's
You're asking me
amazing.
deep questions, so I have to answer just as deep, because some interviews, man, people don't get to that point. They're very shallow. oh, what have you been up to? Like, what's your favorite color? Like, what am I, third grader? You're asking dope questions, so that's why I'm giving you the response.
You're a dope person.
Thank
I
you.
got to.
Thank you.
So I do want to talk about though, like
Yeah.
what you have going on, because I feel like a lot of people, just by people seeing this interview, they're going to want to know more about you because
Thank
of
you.
how you articulate. So what can they look forward to seeing you in and all that?
First off, for the music, I finally developed to the point where I can actually executively produce for artists. So right now, the albums that I have currently out are The Landing and Urban Hip Hop Classic on Spotify and iTunes. You just search Devious and GooodFace and you'll find it, Devious with the Z. My personal EP, which was released last year through The Sanctuary, that's called The Ville Raise Me. It's an 8-track EP.
Okay, nice.
And that's on Spotify and iTunes, courtesy of The Sanctuary and Empire Records. They cut a good deal for me to put it all over the place.
Okay.
It was cool. And then
Nice.
I have another one that I executively produced, Dirty Gold by Sirius P, aka Detroit.
Nice.
That
I know
dropped
who
in
he
January.
is. Yeah.
We have I think an 8 or 7 track tape that I mixed and mastered at the press recording. That came out in January.
Wow.
And then now I have to talk about the upcoming projects.
Yes. Let us
Devious, we kind of co-manage, co-produce each other. I'm executively producing and mastering his next EP, his debut album called Ballad.
know.
And
Okay.
it's, I think, a 6-track tape featuring Steve Spiffler, myself, and there's one more person I can't get the name, but yeah, it's just going to be dope. That was
Nice.
recorded in Sacramento with Nosh Boogie. And then we have a 25-track compilation mixtape over the last 3 years that we've just been recording. Yeah, 25 tracks. So
Wow.
just like literally like phone recordings of freestyles, mixtape songs, original beats that we have. We've just collected as much as we can, and we're continuing to do it. So
Yeah.
that should drop in about April, May.
Okay.
After Devious is in late March. So this month, late March, it drops.
Okay.
And April, May is the compilation tape. Then my EP, another one.
Whoa.
I don't have a name, but it's a 9-track EP.
Okay.
Records produced by YP from an Unseen Asylum. He
Okay.
works with Haiti Baby and a couple other
Okay.
bigger artists. I have another one by Mace Mula. I just did that one. It's a catchy song. And then
You
I
gotta
have
send that my way.
yes, a song called With You. Another one produced by Isaac Beats called Alleyways featuring Devious. Sam the Jedi's on there. Seps. It's part of Rhymosaurus. He has a children's book. He's going to be part
I've
of
seen
it
that.
from
Okay.
Brooklyn. Yeah, so that drops in May. And then, aside from the music, I also do acting. There's a TV show I'm part of called The Breaks.
It's
and
good.
I play, it's funny. I play a character named Chip.
Okay.
Chip is a deceased character.
I was trying to figure that out because when I seen it, I was like, I'm not gonna give it away, but I was just like, that's interesting.
It's a throwback memory.
Yeah.
And so when the director initially told me about the position, I was like, I don't know if I feel comfortable playing somebody who's dead.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, let's focus on mental health. And I was like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I've worked with NAMI, National Alliance for Mental Illness, and we've done projects in the city, outside in the Bay Area. So I was interested, and then I read the script, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I have to do this.
When's the next one coming out? Because I do want to see it.
So the second episode came out already. The third episode, I think it's 5 episodes.
Okay.
From what I remember. Third episode should be dropping late March, and then the other 4 and 5 should be dropping in April and May. And then once we have it out on there, then I think we're gonna pursue putting it on Netflix or Amazon Prime.
That would be amazing.
Hopefully.
You have a lot of stuff going on.
Thank you.
How do you do all of this and like stay so grounded?
Time management
Yeah.
and keeping the momentum going on the right places. For real.
Yeah.
When I saw the name of the title of this podcast, I said, wow, that's perfect. Because my mentor and my friends told me, keep your momentum going. And if you drop it, stay consistent.
Yeah.
You know? Even if you're out the picture, you're still consistently working so that when you come back, it's quality.
Right. Right. Because I feel like a lot, like I said earlier, I feel like a lot of people think you're never supposed to be down or you're never supposed to feel like that. But you do.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can keep going.
And for real, even when you keep going, there are moments where, like, I bombard myself with so much.
Yeah.
And then plus I got family problems that I'm dealing with, right? That I slip up.
Yeah.
You know, something occurred last year at the end of the year where I really thought I was going to have an opportunity to open up for bigger artists. And, you know, I'm not perfect, and I said something that I shouldn't have said to someone. I let the hood out of me real quick. For real. He said something crazy to me. I said something crazy back, but, you know, I forgave him, and I was in the wrong for saying something. But basically the point I'm saying is it stopped my momentum. It really did. And I had to reflect on my character as well as the people around me and how we treated each other.
Yeah.
And that was one of those things where it was all happening in one day.
Yeah.
There was something big going on Twitter. I was filming the process for The Breaks, my first episode, and my mom was just in the hospital. She had to get her kidney stones removed.
Ooh, yeah.
So it was a lot.
That's a lot.
It was a lot. And mentally, I had to just shut off for 2 weeks.
And like they say, there's always is it an action for a reaction or a reaction for an action?
Both.
So yeah, it's like it's like a chain reaction. It's gonna happen.
You gotta be careful, man. If you put too much out in the universe, the universe comes back, or God comes back to you and just shows you a way where you need to sit down.
Yeah.
When I was 21, my brother said that. He's like, you need to sit down, man. You're
Yeah.
moving too fast. You know, keep the momentum, right? But if you move too fast, you're gonna crash.
Yeah.
So it's about a steady pace.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pick your peaks.
Yes, I love that. So I want to talk about, because you talked about how you in the show you didn't really want to do the dead character.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Why though? Why didn't you want to do it?
Because I grew up with friends who passed away,
Uh-huh.
and like while I was shooting it, I was thinking about them.
Yeah.
I was thinking about them a lot.
So knowing that it was for mental health,
Yeah.
that's what changed it.
Yes.
And, okay.
And then finally just getting over the fact that like this is a chance for me to make a character that's new on screen. And my sister has bipolar. She was diagnosed with it, and my mom also suffers from a little bit of anxiety attacks as well. So it was just a personal thing at that point. Like, I got to do it for me.
Yeah.
Not just for the camera to say I'm on TV, but to
Yeah.
say I enjoy doing this. I had to get over it, you know?
Yeah, that's big too, because my mom has anxiety also, and I feel like you said, like mental health isn't talked about enough, and I definitely want to talk about that one day, because it's very pushed to the side. Like it's kind of like one of those things that is like, no, it's
not
okay.
taken serious.
Yeah, and that's why you said
And
healing.
I personally would say it's not taken serious because of the fact that pharmaceutical drugs are pushed upon mental illness, and then also crazy houses or facilities that act as prisons are seen down upon. So people who go crazy or are considered schizo
Yeah.
are hard to be reintegrated back into society.
Yeah.
It's similar to someone going to jail and being incarcerated and being reintegrated, or someone getting kicked out of school and being reintegrated.
Yeah.
There's no difference except the labels that we put upon each one. So for me, I'm like, it's bigger than just mental health. It's
huge.
the labels that we put on people.
Yeah, I love you. That's amazing. Yes, and
Love you too.
I heard you
Shalom.
say school,
Yeah.
and I know you work at a school.
Yeah.
What exactly do you do in the school?
Cool. I work at Rio Elementary with a pilot program with my friend Raymond Zuleta. He's part of the I Am Me collective, and it is a social welfare group. It's not a nonprofit. It's a social welfare group.
Okay.
And we have a restorative justice-based approach to behavioral services. So we give behavioral services to kindergartens, children, middle school, K through 8 pretty much. And we also offer it to campus monitors
Okay.
and counselors, principals, assistant principals, teachers, all around campus.
Okay.
We have a push and pull method, so we work with small groups, 3, 4. We work with mid groups, 10 to 12, and then whole classrooms, 20 to 30, and then my favorite, 50 to 100 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I run hip hop shows, so
Oh, cool.
that's super easy to do.
So it's just kind of giving them something to do.
Yes, as well as the focus is to be able to emotionally know their peers rather than just being at school and being at work so much. It's like, okay, for example, if I didn't know who you were and I walked into the class, I would say, let's all get in a circle. I would say, hey, Celeste, you want to say your name, your favorite color, and what's your favorite song and how you feeling?
I'll say Avenue by her. Nice. And I'm feeling great.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then sometimes we do things where we all go in a circle. We do a grateful circle. We do the breathing exercises that we did earlier. That's actually part of it. We do 3 breaths, and then at the end we do like a saying. Some of them are ancient Sanskrit sayings that I personally suggest. Some of them are Hebrew words that I suggest to the kids. Of course, we don't explain that to them, but these are focused on confidence, self-empowerment, and the ability to communicate your emotions.
Wow. That is so cool. I would love to come there one day.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah. I want to for
We're
sure.
on spring break next week, so the week after, you could definitely come.
Okay.
And I'll introduce you to the assistant principal, Miss Mata, and the principal, Miss Hall. They were my teachers in elementary.
Cool.
So that's why they're so cool.
Yeah.
Anybody you come in, we trust you. Go ahead, you come in.
Okay.
We need more people like yourself though that are gonna go and say, "Hey, I'm an entrepreneur. This is what I do. You can do it too if you follow these steps."
Yeah.
So
I would love to do that. We should definitely team up.
Let's get it.
Yes, let's do it. So I want to ask you before we're done, of course, I want to ask you, what does Keep the Momentum mean to you?
I thought about that before I got here. I did.
You knew it was coming?
Yeah, I felt it. It means to move with grace. The definition of grace is to be in God's favor, but also to like have His mercy. So when you move with grace, moving is an action. It's a thought that's turned into an action. And so when you say keep the momentum is energy that's going, right?
Yeah.
And keeping it means you want to have it continuous. It's a cycle. So in my head, it means the same thing as moving with grace. Having a cycle of energy that's consistently flowing. You're constantly communicating with yourself, with the people around you, and with the peers who you want to learn, right? Like not just in Stockton, but in California, New York, Miami, Canada, Mexico, Latin America, wherever it may be, your sphere of influence is reaching out and keeping that energy rolling.
That's the deepest one I've ever heard. I couldn't even say it like that. I gotta give you another one.
Thank you.
Wow, that's
you.
amazing. I'm gonna have you say that like in a clip, and that's gonna play for each episode, if that's okay.
I'm with that.
Okay.
I'm with it. I can't help it. I'm with it. I can't help it.
That's awesome. Okay, so I want you to tell everybody where they can find you on everything, because I already know they're going to be ready for this.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? You're amazing. Please don't ever stop what you're doing. I know you have like, it's like endless.
Yeah.
The opportunities for you are endless.
It surprises me, okay? It does. Like, when I get text messages from certain people that are public figures and I'm reading it, like, where am I at in life? You know what I'm saying? It very much surprises me so, too, as well, to be in this position. So, thank you for the praise.
Of course. You deserve it.
All praises to the Most High.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Where can they find you?
My social media for Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook is at Mr. Good with 3 O's because you have a third eye, face.
Ooh.
GooodFace comes from my last name translated in English.
Okay.
Buen rostro means good face.
Okay. I was going to ask you, too. Where'd you get it from?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I got lazy at the end of my career. Like, just change my last name, you know?
Hey, you like that.
I honestly, I want to say this. You know, like, when you go out and you see, like, cheesy, like, places where they're, like, Woodstock Productions or, like, Johnson Productions. I was like, you know, I kind of want to do that, but I want to make it fly.
Yeah.
So I just translated my last name to English.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's catchy.
Yeah, so those are all my social medias. I won't give you my Snapchat.
Yeah.
That's
That one
personal.
that's personal.
Yeah, so on Facebook you can find me as Rodolfo, Rodolfo, Buen Rostro -Coral. You can Google it. You know, hopefully you appreciate that. You can also find my music at InborNative.com. InborNative.com, we have a website with blog posts about certain things that we've done and the music and the tape. And then, just DM Celeste if you want to get to me. I truly believe what you're doing is amazing, and I want you to do it in different cities.
Thank you.
That way you can really put people on what this is. It's a very powerful message you're sending.
Thank you. I would love that
I
too.
think that's it. Call me at 209. I'm just kidding.
You gonna have the hotline blinking? You better stop.
251. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you. And shout out to Whitney.
Yes,
for the hat.
yes,
Cadence.
summer's in. And shout out to my mom for the third eye necklace, sassyds.com. Check her out, SassyD's on Instagram.
Oh.
All your jewelry needs handmade.
The jewelry.
You know, you're gonna get a bracelet too after this, KTM.
Dope. I'm gonna rock it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna rock it tonight. I'm gonna be in
Awesome.
Sacramento tonight. So
Okay,
that's dope.
cool.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right.
And thank you guys for watching. Please stay tuned for more. And if you need anything that's deep, amazing, and just super cool, check him out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stepping over freshmen, they said we up now, and I don't wanna wanna hear your shit, shut the fuck up. You could boss me with them sloppy lips. You wasn't on my team, you was always talking shit. Kept your friends close, but y'all peeped the game I spit.
Oh, my dog. Like, what would keep the momentum be?